Well, the start of the section where we start questioning, hypothesizing about things. A few questions come to mind since the last stream in this. So, it's time to bring up the old screenshot. Screenshot. What is this called again? Screenshot spreadsheet. Spreadsheet screenshot. This time made it bigger this time round, and we've gathered a lot more things. I want to add two more things into this chart, which was motive and death, just because I feel like those are matters that will come into play, especially since we saw the officer die of something heart related. So I have that listed under Fool's Procession just because he was investigating under that. That's why I just loosely put it there. Don't think too much about it. But I also put in motive as well, just to see in case it has some sort of drive, unless it has some sort of meaning or whatnot. I have that in as well. So, for instance, the soaps company, what's it, Hihaku Soaps, just for that state of preservation and maintenance that was mentioned earlier. We'll see if those actually come into play at some point in time. What else do I have added in? Nothing really, just fixed a few things about, did a bit of organization. Yeah, so this is what we have left behind, and with that, transition back. But there were a few questions that have been lingering since the last time in this. For instance, I still can't get over Okie's situation of killing 3, despite us collecting things from 4 sources, I believe. Which begs the question of A, who killed Yoko, and B, how soul drug collection works, whether it be proximity or some other means, just because we've obtained it from 4 sources. There are also some things about the story chart and TV that just things outside the game that I'm concerned about. Like whether or not this is working on timelines or alternatives, because we just took, in this story here with the detectives, we took the curse stone from, what was his name? I can't think of his name. Too many names. Let's see here. I have him listed as Namigaki. So I'm wondering if this is all happening at the same time or not, just because Namigaki somehow has his own stone before Okie returns. Let's see, what else did I mention? A few other things, like basic things, like why the game's themed around a TV, the concept of what are we, the player. Let's see here. Oh yeah, this is an interesting one I wanted to bring up. The frequency of the games. I feel like this was one I wanted to look up. I found already. I feel like I've discovered previously and just forgot, but how frequently does this curse game go on? Just because there might be things going on before or after that we might not know about. Anyways, that's it. We'll leave it short and quick. Back to Buddy Cops. Wait, we don't get a split from that? That's intriguing. I would have thought using the curse stone would have been an option. Part 2. What is this from meeting up with? Summary of previous events. Tetsumi and Aria decide to collect the curse stones as soon as possible and before they become the cause of an unprecedented tragedy. The two obtain the foot washing mansion from Yutaro and Namigaki and head to their next destination. Ooh, breath. Let's keep going. Only got one location. The park. Is this where we... Hang on. Check the story chart. Hard to tell. No, we meet him somewhere around here with Shogo. I could use Shogo and okay interchangeably. Let's go. 1 a.m. Yeah, I believe we met him later at like 3 or 4, maybe? Who's this guy? Excuse me, sorry to bother you, but we have some questions for you. Ooh, we got a face. What? Are you with the police? I haven't done anything. Don't worry, this isn't an interrogation or anything, we just want to talk. You're Hideki Araishi, right? The historian? Wait, Hideki Araishi. Sounds familiar. The sorcerer? No. We know who you are, so this won't take long. Since we saw you here, we'd just like to ask you a couple questions. Local history researcher Hideki Araishi. Name's so familiar. Granted, it's been, well, 3 weeks since the start. I feel like we've heard this in our first session. Hideki Araishi. Hideki is a historian who works part-time as curator at the teacher at the Komagata High School. Recent publication of The Rite of Resurrection has caused a stir in the cult circle. Okay, yes, he was the one. Oh, no, wait, was he the one who wrote the article? Hideki is the quintessential obsessive researcher. Despite being entirely unsuited for teaching, he had no choice but to take up the position at Komagata High School in order to make ends meet. While having a captive audience in his classes goes some way to satisfying his need for respect and recognition, his conceited nature makes him more unpopular among the students. Lately, he is concerned that articles he contributed for purely monetary reasons have earned him a reputation as a researcher of the occult. But surge of interest in the topic and the resulting volume of article requests he is receiving are undeniably tempting. Hideki is a regular at the Kurokikyo Cafe in Hokusai Street, where he could be found outside his work hours writing essays and manuscripts. His published books include A Study of the Unknown and An Introduction to Bando History. I see. Who's the wizard? The wizard, the sorcerer. Well, let's get this over with. I'm a busy man. Okay. What's going on? Hideki Araishi. He says he's a local historian. But supposedly he knows more about the Rite of Resurrection than anybody. The fact that he's here at this time of night, it's plenty possible that he's a curse bearer. Have we finally found our last one? If there are 7 mysteries, there could be 9. Questioning people like this can put unnecessary stress on them depending on their position. This guy's pretty sharp. I'll have to play it safe and only push him when I see him in an opening. I feel like I'm playing Ace Attorney now. Boss, let's ask Hideki some questions. What does he look like? From appearances, it's hard to tell. It's hard to imagine this small, bookish, well-spoken man being very dangerous. But in this day and age, you never know. I should be careful. What do you got, bud? What you doing? Now, Miss Araishi, what are you doing here at this time of night? Doing research, of course, day or night. Information never sleeps. An admirable philosophy. You know, your research has been quite the talk around town. What was it they're saying? You discovered something about some book? That would be the record. Oh, don't do this to me. Record book scroll. I believe that is the record of fate. The book record. Quick. Record of fates. Alright. You found some kind of ritual in the record of fates. What? Don't Don't tell me you want to know how to carry out the rite of resurrection too. To be perfectly honest, I'm tired of people asking me about it all the time. None of you even care about the local history. You just come crawling out of the woodwork when something interesting comes up. Looks like I hit a nerve. If you think you could force me to tell you because you're a policeman, you're sorely mistaken. Need something a little sharp sounding. Okay, we can work with that. What are you doing? Was the research you're doing just now also related to the rite of resurrection? Well, yes, that's right. Exactly what are you looking for? I have no reason to tell you that. You wouldn't trust, you wouldn't understand anyway. Keep going. What were you doing? Was the research you're doing just now also related to the rite of resurrection? Oh yes. Oh yes, that's right. Wait, what? Oh, did you? Well, yes, that's right. Oh, so it just doesn't check off. Okay. That is research. Are you doing all this research so you could use the rite of resurrection yourself? You're a policeman. Do you really think people could be brought back to life? Everyone I meet, pitiful. Ah, so you don't believe in the rite. Whether it's real or not has nothing to do with my research. Such things are better left to the occult freaks. Or so I thought. Things changed. It has become necessary for me to pursue the rite. So now I pray it is real. What changed? I'm sure you could imagine the funds for my research. Are you working at like a university? Interesting. I receive a large amount of funding for seeking the rite of resurrection. And if I find it, I'll receive a sum so great that I'll never have to worry about money again. So that means someone is sponsoring your research, is that right? So what if they are? You have no idea how hard we've worked to secure funding for our research. It's true. I have no interest in teaching those children. Listen to me, I'll tell you one thing. Those experts you see writing provocative books or spouting nonsense of TV to try and get popular. All of them just trying to get the money they need to do their research. How popular the occult is, saying something even remotely spooky can lead to big money. What? But I bought your book! Ooh, wow, where'd my voice come in? The pursuit of unknown begins first and foremost with belief. I was so inspired by that bit. I do appreciate your patronage. Unfortunately, however, the occult is not my true interest. The fate of the unknown is to be destroyed by thorough research and deep consideration. No way, I can't believe it. You're surprisingly innocent. Keep going. About his research. And what kind of research do you want to be doing? Oh, I'm sure it wouldn't interest you, but to put it simply, the focus of my research is how historical accounts transform into folklore over the years as they are passed down from generation to generation. What does that mean? Due to human bias, the account of any event is inevitably changed by the person communicating it. This is not necessarily done with ill intentions. It happens when someone tries to fill in the gaps in a story that lacks detail, or when something's left out or abridged because of the story's length, or when a story twists and shifts as it's spread through oral tradition. Even when two stories are told about the same event, differences in culture or environment affect how it's told, changing its content. Silly little things can turn into terribly mysterious legends. My research in this is the study of how history, culture, and legend all influence each other. Oh, I see. Take the 7 Mysteries of Honjo, for example. Why are some of the mysteries seemingly about particularly nothing interesting? You'd think stories wouldn't last a decade, let alone hundreds of years, so why? Perhaps putting it that way piques your interest. I admit, I'm curious. So that's why you've been researching all this time. Makes sense. As I said, it doesn't matter to me whether the right exists or not. If people in the Edo period believe that what was written in the Record of Fates is real, that's all I'm interested in. About the Record of Fates then, alright, keep going to research. But I have to be realistic. The research I'd like to do is unfortunately not very lucrative. That's why I need to take some risks. Leave it there, why don't you? Record of Fates. This Record of Fates. Where'd you get your hands on it? The storehouse of an old private residence in the city, just as the public was told. I'm unable to be more precise due to an agreement with my informant. You're working with soaps? He says he's a local historian. Supposedly he knows more than the right. The fact that he's here is possible. Yes. In case there's more. So what are you doing? Well, in that case, I think I might have a guess as to what it is you're looking for. Well, 7 Mysteries is a bit vague. I mean, they all kind of connect to each other. Could be looking for curse stones, especially since we're out here in the... What? If you know about that, then... Calm down. No need to get so defensive. Ooh. Okay, what's my play? I'm gonna hide it. The more information I keep to myself, the better. We both want information, right? So why don't we have a nice, friendly chat? Huh, you may say that, but I don't trust you. Perhaps you've already learned about curses. Perhaps you want to take my power away from me. No, that's not true. I almost revealed my hand. I'll say nothing else. Sorry, I'll be taking my leave here. Hey, stop! Really? You could stop him? You're a cop. Ugh, he's so fast. Sorry, boss, he got away. Incomplete. That's interesting. Okay, so maybe it's just incomplete. Okay, let's get on with it. Resume. Show curse stone. We both want information, right? Why don't we have a nice friendly chat? A curse stone? You're a curse bearer. A leaf. It is the Evergreen Beach then. Yup. Can you show me yours? This is mine, the ever-burning lantern. Ever-burning lantern. Oh, wish I had my notes. Huh. Interesting. Oh, I want to keep hiding it. But it's leading me to the trail of reveal. You know what? One for one. I'll get him to open up. I'll tell you this for free. The Evergreen Beach comes from a man who was hanged for spreading false rumors. But the accusations against him were unfounded, and he died cursing those who deceived him. Ah, so that is the resentful memory held within the Evergreen Beach. The memories of the 7 Mysteries are truly fascinating. If only I could collect them all. Do whatever you want, but you should know something. This stone of mine lets me curse anyone who tries to mislead me. What? But... So don't try to lie to me. I know. You would curse a citizen, and you call yourself an officer of the law. That all depends on you. I don't want to use it if I don't have to. What is it you want? The cursed stones are dangerous. I'd like to confiscate yours. Excuse me, but my right. Let me ask you one thing. You haven't used that curse, have you? No, of course I haven't, I swear. Use curse, no. I see. Good. Now, why don't you hand over that stone? Always used it. Unless you'd rather try using it on me instead. I won't give it to you. If I were to say that, what would happen? Would it be a crime? The police are aware of how dangerous the stones are. I could arrest you under Article 1, Section 2 of the Minor Offenses Act. Minor offenses? What would that be? Or you could hand it over and all you'd lose is your secret ability. Think of what would happen to all your research if you're arrested. Fine. You could have the stone here. Ever-burning lantern. I'll look at it later. Good choice. I look forward to seeing how your research pans out. Huh. Alright, would you tell us everything you know about what's been going on? If you help us out, we'll give you all the information we've gotten after we solve the case. What do you say? In that case, will you tell me all about all of the resentful memories of the 7 mysteries? I believe they're all the key to the secret hidden in the Record of Fates. Sure, why not? I'll learn about them as I collect the curse stones. We got an alliance, but he has a sponsor. We don't know the sponsor. Thanks to you, we learned a lot from him. I wonder, the mysteries in red are all public mysteries in red are all public information. He kept everything he knows about the other curse bearers and the source of the curse here hidden. I was hoping he'd give us a clue about how to beat those curses. Oh, I see. Then we'd be more aggressive next time. To really make them spit it out. And by we, I mean you. I'm guessing he wants to save this curse. He wouldn't have told us anything no matter what we asked. But now we know where he hangs out. We can always send someone for him if need be. Right, got it. I was surprised to hear there are actually 9 of the 7 mysteries though. Yeah, that's 2 extra curse bearers we had to find. We confiscated 2, but there are 6 more. They could be anywhere in this town. We have to find them faster, they may start using the curses. Okay, let's look at it now that we've got it. Oh, ever-burning lantern. Alright, this is the lantern that always burns, and the lantern that doesn't always burn. And since this was the male, aha, it was you. It was you who killed Dokie. When Honjo was filled, the samurai residences, the spies of the shogunate lived among the townspeople to keep an eye on things. The soba cart on South Wadagasui was served as one of their outposts. They would communicate to each other in code by turning the lantern on or off. Tonight, 4 a.m. meant that someone would be having the last soba of their life, and that their belly would be sliced open the next night. An unfortunate incident occurred in which a man attacked a woman in a bout of fury. He regretted it deeply, even declining to invoke the right to defend his honor, but the deed was done. Still, he could not accept it. His rage at having been used by his daimyo boiled over, turning into a grudge he would never forget. Nearby, he saw a lantern quietly glowing in the night, and when the 6th bell rang, the man cut his own stomach open. Wait, that's not your stomach. Oh yeah, that's your stomach. Since then, the lantern could be seen all night before the soba cart had opened, and would flicker out suddenly even when there was no wind blowing. As this unsettling phenomenon continued, the rumors surrounding it grew, and soon all were convinced it was the man who had cut open his stomach, visiting from the beyond. Is that all the new things? Yes, that is all the new things. Keep going. No? I think we're already too late. Huh? I didn't tell you this, but there are some soldier eggs in Namagaki's curse stone. Some. Really? Then he's already killed someone with it? It's not much, so it probably wasn't a curse bearer. Wasn't a curse bearer. Okay. Wait. Okay. So this is the route we're going. Well, we know who did it. We can make arrangements to take him into custody. We'll have Paranormal Affairs pick up tomorrow. For now, we continue our search. Right, on to the next place. We just have to cross them off the list one by one. Oh, but boss? Hmm? Good to know we could use the Minor Offenses Act to arrest people with curse stones. But why didn't we do that with Namigaki? If we could do that, there'd be no need for Paranormal Affairs. What grounds would a normal detective have to put him under arrest? Oh, right. Yeah, I suppose that's true.